Hello, thanks for coming together today in PLCs. Lois and I are here and we are going to try something new. We've created a brief slideshow to guide your conversations in PLCs today. We're a little nervous about this, so bear with us. Our learning target for PLCs today is to thoughtfully review last week's data so that you can begin planning small group instruction for next week. To support the above goal, you will be asked to read parts of The Next Step Forward in guided reading and to begin a lesson plan template for reading group next week. As you move through this slideshow, you will be given some directions for reading and or discussing. We will tell you when to hit pause in this video so that you can engage in that work. To get us started, we would like to ask you to review last week's data. Look at the different quadrants and reflect on the things you noticed about your students. Based on that data matrix, create 2 to 3 possible small groups for guided reading instruction. Try not to overanalyze this. Look for natural groupings within this matrix and remember, your guided reading groups are meant to be fluid. So if you find that your initial groupings aren't working, you can always change them. Once each team member has identified their groups, share with your team one group you created and explain to them why you grouped them that way. Go ahead and hit pause now so you can engage in this work.
Next, we want you to think about your students' BAS reading levels. Where do most of your students fall? Pull out your Next Step Forward and guided reading book and read the section that pertains to those students. Feel free to underline, make notes, whatever you want to do with this book. Keep a copy of the lesson next to you as you read so you can refer to it. When you are done, take a moment to share a new learning or something that stood out to you from your section that you read. Please pause the slideshow. These are links to videos from the book. Is there a part of the lesson that you'd like to see done? Click on the link. The password is results. Pause this slideshow and choose a video that is of most interest to you and your team, and then take some time afterwards to discuss it.
To get us started this year with guided reading, we are going to ask you to use the lesson plan template provided by our text. Try not to let this template feel intimidating or overwhelming. The purpose is not to create a perfect lesson plan that's going to be graded, but to guide our planning and instruction by giving us some key things to think about. The process of planning and teaching is more important here, and this template is a really great tool in which to do that.
Take whatever time is left now to start planning for a group. Before you start, think about your focus. Jan Richardson has given us a hierarchy of foci. Turn to the page that pertains to your students and read the paragraph entitled Pinpoint Your Focus. Remember that guided reading is a time where the child is taught rather than the curriculum. What's the child's biggest need? Jan Richardson will help you understand what should be taught first, helping you to define the focus. Please pause the slideshow.
Hopefully you found some new learning and meaning in your discussions today and in your reading. We'd like to ask you to take the lesson plan template that you created and put that in your guided reading binder. Keep it there for next week so that we can come back to it and discuss it further. Thank you for taking time to work together today. We hope your reading was helpful in planning lessons. Have a wonderful evening.